welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, as promised, we are going to be playing around with the Neon Lights or Neon Huda Beauty palette. So this is the orange one. So it looks like this. If you are unfamiliar, it has all of these really gorgeous yellows and oranges and pinks and shimmers, and I'm very excited. So it's a really gorgeous palette. I'm very excited to play with it. As you guys know, in my past videos, I talked about how I did a look already with this, but it was very similar to something that I had already put up, so I decided not to post it, and I'm deciding to do a different concept. And as you guys can tell from my sign, I am going to be doing a candy corn style look, so it's going to be like yellows and oranges just kind of like ombre-ing into each other. So I'm going to be starting off this look as usual by priming my eyes with the ColourPop concealer in the shade Fair 04, and I'm just going to prime my eyes really quickly. And then once my eyes are primed and set and ready to go, I am going to go in with the yellow in the palette. So they don't have names on them, so I'm just going to go in with this yellow right here, and I'm going to put that all in my crease. So I'm going to go in with a blender brush like so, and I'm just going to put that into my crease. And then I'm going to go in with my tapered brush. So this is the Lexi 131 Mini Angled, and I'm just going to go back into the yellow color, the same shade, and I'm just going to put it on the inner corner and flick it up and drag it into my crease. I'm just going to flick it into the inner corner, or the rest of my eyelid. Just brought you guys in a little bit closer. And then I am going to go in with, I'm not going to do a cut crease today because don't really need to. So I'm going to go in with the eyeshadow part of my Lexi brush, and I'm going to go in. So these oranges in this palette aren't really that orange. I'm wanting to do more of like a pumpkin orange. So I am going to go into my James Charles palette, and I'm going to go into that orange that's in here because I know there's a really nice one. So I'm going to go into the color 518, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid space. So now I'm going to go back into that yellow that is in the Neon palette. I'm just going to re-intensify the yellow and blend it into the orange. Now I'm going to go in back into 518 and just re-intensify the orange. Now that you have something like that, I'm going to go into the orange shimmer shade in the palette. So it's that one right there. And I'm going to put that all over the lid space that I put the orange down on. So I'm going to go in using the Alamar Cosmetics, just their shader brush. So I'm going to go into that orange, and I'm going to coat my brush in it. And then I'm going to also use the All Nighter setting spray and coat my brush, get it nice and wet, and then go back into that orange. And then I'm going to lay that down right over top. The shimmers aren't working as good as I want them to. I wish this shimmer was like bright orange. It's a little bit dulled for my liking. So right over top of where in my creases where that we laid that orange down, I'm going to go into 518, and I'm just going to make the crease a little bit oranger. And I'm going to add a little bit of orange on the outer corner and just re-intensify it just a little bit. I'm just laying it a little bit over top of that shimmer shade, just to brighten the orange just a bit. And I'm going to go back into that orange from the Huda palette, and I'm going to add the shimmer back over top of that orange. Now on the inner corner, I'm going to do the same thing with the shimmer that's in the Huda palette. So I'm going to go into that bright neon, almost yellow, and I'm going to dip my brush into it, get it nice and wet, and put it on the inner corner. And just brush the sparkle up and mix it into that orange. So now I'm going to go do the exact same thing on the other eye, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that I have both of the eyes on, I'm going to quickly go in and do the rest of my face makeup. So I'm going to go do my eyeshadow, my eyebrows, maybe a little bit of eyeliner, and then I will come back so we can finish the under eyes and we can talk about how I feel about this palette. Okay, so I've quickly done some eyelashes and some eyebrows, and now we can go through and finish the under eyes. So I think I'm going to do something similar on the top on the bottom lashes. So I'm going to go in with the orange that's already on the brush, and I'm just going to sweep that underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to go in with my tapered brush, and I'm going to go into the orange that's right here, mix it with the orange right here, and I'm just going to sweep that also underneath my eyes, just to re-intensify the orange. And then on the inner corner, I'm going to go in with my Lexi flat angle brush. I'm going to go in with that yellow and just bring it underneath the eyes into that orange. And now because candy corns have white in them as well, I'm going to add some highlight. So I'm going to go in with my same angled brush that I was just using, and I'm going to go into my Platinum Ice palette, and then I'm going to go into the white shadow. So I'm going to go into the white highlighter, which is Ice Cold. And I'm just going to put that on the inner corner and drag it up a little bit, just to give a little bit of white in there. Not a whole lot. I was gonna do some white liner, and I did do some white liner off camera, but it didn't look very good. So I decided to take it off and just do black. So now I'm just putting some of the Ice Cold on my brow bone. And I think this look is done for the shadows. So now I'm gonna quickly just throw on a little bit of mascara on my bottom lashes and some black liner, and I will be right back. And this is the finished look when it's all done. So the last thing that you could do is obviously add like a lipstick or a liquid lip or whatever you want. I personally don't know if I'm going to. I think I might. Let's see how. So this is the finished look. I just paired it with a brand new wig that I just took out of the package, so I will do a review on this wig to come in the future. And then I paired it with my Jeffree Star Mystery shade. So I think this look turns out really pretty. I love the color combination together. I love yellows and oranges. I don't ever do that again on camera. Like really, I was talking. So I love the colors paired together. The yellows and oranges look really good together. I think they look stunning. My wings are a little messed up today just because I was trying a bunch of different colors. I tried white, then I tried orange, then I tried yellow, and then I just ended up going with black because it's the one that looks the most normal to me. So I think it looks really pretty. To talk about this palette, I think this palette is incredibly overpriced for how the eyeshadows work. So the eyeshadows work pretty well. They blend really nicely, but the shimmers don't work that great. I found that the orange shimmer in particular, I had a hard time using. I had to constantly wet my brush. I had to reapply it like 6 times. The pigmentation wasn't there, and the shimmers just kind of seemed chunky. They didn't really seem like they glided on nicely. The yellow shimmer worked a lot better. It worked really nicely, but I didn't find that the orange one worked well at all. I find that the concept of this, oh my god. I find that for an orange palette, an orange themed palette, because this is the Huda orange one, I don't really think that there is many orange shades in here. You have like a salmon kind of color here, then you have like a pale orange there, and then you have like a kind of pinky orange, and then the rest are pinks. There isn't like an actual orange shade in this palette for the palette saying that it's the orange version. So I think they could have put in an actual pumpkin orange shade in here, and then I would have probably just used this palette to create this look. Whereas because I wanted to do an orange and yellow look, I had to actually use a completely different palette to get the orange that I wanted. So I think that's kind of a misstep on Huda's part. I think they should have actually put an orange shade in if they're gonna call it an orange neon palette. I think that the color selection was a little bit off. I find that for the price, I can't remember what I paid, but I think it's like $30 or something. I'll post it right here. Is incredibly expensive. I probably won't be purchasing another Huda palette in the future. I think for 12 shadows, that is, I think it's 12 or is it 9? 9. For 9 shadows, that is way too expensive considering you can go to Morphe and you can get like a 30 pan palette, even more than 30 shades. How many shades are even in here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So there's about 30 or 40 shades in here, and this was like $30, whereas you get 9 shades that don't even work that well for $30 something. That is way overpriced. I don't think I'll be purchasing Huda in the future. I just don't really think that the shadows work that amazingly for the price mark. I think if you're going to be marking your shadows at such a high price, they need to work flawlessly, and I found that these shadows took a lot of finessing and a lot of playing around to actually get them to work. But I did create a really pretty look. I just don't particularly think that this eyeshadow palette is really that great, or that anybody really needs to go out and run out and get it. The other ones may work better, the pink one, the yellow one, and I think there's a purple one, or is the purple one the pink one? I don't know. There's a bunch of different ones. I'll post them all here for you guys. You guys could try them. I'm not telling you not to go buy them, but I'm also telling you that you don't necessarily need them, because you could probably find all of the shades that are in these little palettes in other eyeshadow palettes. So I mean, you don't necessarily need to run out and get this collection. And I also think that the yellow palette looks freaking weird. The color selection is bizarre. It does not make sense. It's not cohesive. When I was looking at it in the store, I was not drawn to it at all. I was like, that is really ugly. That is an ugly color selection. I would not necessarily want to purchase. So that is just my thoughts. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you guys do like when I'm honest about eyeshadow palettes and honest about brands. I just don't necessarily think anybody really needs to go out and purchase this palette, but if you really are in love with these colors, then definitely go ahead and do it. But just keep in mind, you're not going to get this kind of look from this palette because there isn't actually an orange in the palette. It's kind of weird for an orange palette. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below for more content like this, and I will see you guys at the next video. Bye!